Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty. Here I am with lecture number 13 from unit number 11. It's a short essay. Topic of the essay is the importance of family. Author is Sam Keen. Here I am, Sumaira Zahir from Army Burnham College for Girls. Look at this beautiful depiction of family tree. It gives you an idea what the topic is about. Topic is about your family and the importance of family in your life. If you check this family tree, so it starts with your grandpa, your grandfather, and your grandma, your grandmother, and then it moves on to your mom, your dad, your uncle, and your aunt. And then it can be you, your cousin, and your female cousin as well. So this is the depiction of family tree, how our family grows from one root. First of all, about Sam Keen, the author. Sam Keen is an American author, professor, and philosopher who is best known for his exploration of questions regarding love, life, wonder, religion, and being a male in contemporary society. Contemporary society means today's society, today's era, today's world. He was born in 1931 and now he is 89 years old approximately. He got his education from Harvard University, Harvard Divinity School, Hssc College, Princeton University, etc. This question appears in our mind. What is family? Or why is family so important for us? Family plays an important role in our life. What is regarded as the foundation of society is the foundation of common development of the community. Like our family is based in a community. Families are the most important things in everyone's life. I'm not only talking about biological families like your blood relations, your parents, your uncle, your dad, cousins, etc. But also talking about close friends, because I consider close friends, teachers, our neighbors, they can be included in our family. We call brothers and sisters. For me, my family is a powerful vocabulary that allows us to mix. When the word family comes up, the first thing comes to mind is my mother, or my father, my brother, and my grandmother. According to sociologists, since human survival is related to its families, like man started living with the families when it was ice age or when it was iron age, people started living in groups or in families. Are the most important system in society, and this is the only important system in society which is still prevailing. This family trains individuals by caring for him and training. A man spends most of his time in his family. Families are the center of society and the source of culture. Like we are trained by our families when we are kids. However, the structure of the family is cultural and harmonized with its needs as well. The family definition by different sociologists is as follows. Like what? Frankly speaking, the idea of working family will result in simple operation. We have missed a line here. What is the definition of family by a different sociologist? It is people living together along with their parents, especially along with their siblings in a house, is obviously contributing or constituting a family. Then, frankly speaking, the idea of working family will result in simple operation. Like working family, if the mother is also working and the father is also working, families are connected to our basic human desires and belong as a part of something. We have been taught that families are the most important things in our lives. Leaving your family or giving up is one of the worst things you can do. Like you cannot live without your family. But if we discuss the culture, American culture or the European culture, they are now living away. Most of their kids they prefer to live away from their families. They prefer to live an independent life where they do not have to live under the subordination of any father or mother. And this is the reason their family life is almost in shatters. But we cannot say this thing, or we cannot relate it with our society, especially our Muslim society. Central idea of the essay. The central idea of Keynes' essay is that family is vital for the existence of the civilization of free spirit. Like you can live an independent life if you are living in a family. Your confidence level will be very high. Your morale will be very high if you are living with your family. It is related to the title in the way that it is a defense. Like your family, why it is important? It is because it is a defense against the dehumanization. Like people or society who want to make you robot with feeling less, like they and disloyal people who want to make you behave like robots, or they want to be disloyal with your family. So this family unit is a kind of defense against all these forces. It is the natural school of love. Natural school of love, like you cannot buy it. It is already given to you. Love is bestowed upon you by your mom, by your dad, by your grandmother, by your grandfather, by your siblings. Like this love is free. It is naturally coming towards you. Many politicians, economists, thinkers and socialists, they try to make society fit for individuals and parents and children. There is a famous quote about family. Families are the compass that guides us. They are the inspiration, like we get inspiration from our families to reach great heights. If we want to achieve great goals in life, we are always inspired by our parents and our comfort when we occasionally falter. So, I have brought the most important paras of this essay before you for a detailed explanation. So this is para number 2, which is very important. It starts from here, for better or worse. So I can read it from the book as well. For better or worse, the family is the first line of defense against dehumanization. Dehumanization in Urdu means ghair insani, like you are being made a robot which is totally feeling less and misplaced loyalty, and you are made to show no loyalty for your family or your parents. Within the privacy of home, we may think, speak and worship like this is our home, this is our total life where we are totally independent to do anything. We can talk, we can dance, we can jump, we can cry, we can like do whatever we want to do inside our house, and nobody is there to stop us. We may educate our children in the value we cherish, and we can educate our children according to our own values, and teach them respect for the tradition we uphold. And we can make our children to respect our traditions, our culture, because it is easiest to love our own children unconditionally, because we can love our children without any give and take. This is unconditional love. The family is the natural school of love. Loving our kin, our relatives or loved blood relations, we may gradually learn to extend kindness to others, to strangers. And because children incarnate our hopes, like we always think that our future would be bright in the form of our children, because we always hope that they are going to fulfill our needs or our desires. So that's why we say our children incarnate our hopes. They fulfill our desires, our hopes. They are our visceral, they are our only related evidence. They are the evidence of our feelings, our deep feelings inside. They are the evidence of wisdom, of investing our time and care in the lives of others. So this para means, shortly it means, in this para the main idea is that family is the first line of defense against dehumanization and misplaced loyalty. Like your only defense against dehumanization or misplaced loyalty is your family. In the home, we are free to train our children according to our own tradition, our own culture, our own style. So it's an opinion. It is according to our own opinions. It is a fact that children incarnate our hopes, and loving our kin is the cause, and we learn to extend kindness to strangers as well, to others who are not our family or not our relatives, but even to them we show kindness. And this is the effect of our love for our family members. There is another important para, which is para number 6, that is you may. It starts with you may object. All of this is well enough in theory up till parish. But unfortunately, in fact, for many people, the family was vicious trap. Vicious, very cruel. Some people think that the family is a cruel trap and a cruel destiny. The place that should have been a sanctuary, a refuge, was often torture house. It was often considered a torture house, and it became a torture house in some cases as well. The arms that should have helped us often pushed us away. Many flee, many run away from the family because it was the place of injury, captivity, disappointment, abuse. The children of alcoholic and abusive parents. See, now the reason is coming. Why children have left their homes? Because they were living with alcoholic or abusive parents. The parents who are always fighting, the parents who are drug addicts. So definitely they are always beating their children. They are never caring about their feelings. So abusive parents fear marriage and family and find their solace in becoming solitary. So such parents, most of them, the drug, like the parents who are in habit of, they are drug addicts or habit of drug addiction, they always become solitary. They never care about their family and they leave them and they go and live alone. There are so many bad marriages and dysfunctional families as well. Bad marriages and dysfunctional families include such families, such broken families, because of so many reasons. They never live together, like the mother and the father is living separately, so definitely the kids, they also are living away from family life. And this is also an example of American society, not our society. It is happening in our society, but not to that extent as much as it is happening in American society. It sometimes seems only reasonable to junk the institution or invent a replacement, like to go and live in another place or to replace your family. True enough, but hopes of replacing the family with some more perfect institution like high-tech pipe dreams and creating space colonies into which we can escape when we have polluted the earth have proven to be both dangerous and deluded. Like you can never find any replacement for your family life or family home. There is no replacement for it. You can go to any place, but you will never find the solace that you can find in your home. It is within the bonds of what is familiar that we must live or perish. Like we must live in our family. We must live and die inside our family. We must not leave that family home of ours. So shortly it can be explained as the main idea is that home has become vicious palace, vicious, a deadly palace. The cause is dysfunctional family, the family which is always fighting with each other, the family which is indulged in so many abuses like drug addiction or other abuses as well. So definitely that family will become a vicious palace. Home is place, this home is a place for injury, captivity, disappointment and abuse. So effect is find solace in becoming solitary. So people or children, they run away from such a place. Usually they go to a solitary place. They start living alone. And many flee, many they run away from their family home. And opinion is you may object. You can object this thing. Fact is bad marriages. So this is the result. This is the fact. And the fact is it is the result of bad marriages. Only then the family life is broken, it is shattered, and the children, they run away from such homes and they want to get solace in living a solitary life. So there is another very important question always asked by the critics. What according to Keane, the writer, is the only revolution that will heal the ills of our society? This question is also raised by the writer. Like what can be the solution? What can be the only revolution that will heal our wounds or heal the ills of our society? This is mentioned by the author on page 103. The para starts, the only revolution. This is, I can count the para number as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is para number 5, page number 103, where the author is saying the only revolution means change, that will heal us is one in which men and women, they come together and place the creation of rich family life, like they marry each other to start a rich family life back in the center of horizon of our values and put in our values on the top. A letter I got recently from a woman makes the point. Perhaps the real shift will come when men fully realize in the gut and not just in the head, in the gut, the inner feeling, the inner essence, that they are equally responsible. Like one of the lady wrote me a letter and she said that the men should realize that they are equally responsible with women for the creation, nurturing and protection of our children. Like it's not the job of the mother, it's not the job of the women only, it's the job of males as well, it's the job of fathers as well to take or to care or to give protection to their children. So this is the question, like what according to Keane is the only revolution, the change that will heal our wounds or the ills prevailing in our society. So the answer is the only revolution that will heal us is one in which men and women come together and place the creation of rich family life, like they get married, back in the center of our value, and they should keep it as valuable as our other things, and our values must be imparted to our family or our married life. The cooperative work of both the sexes means the work done by both the male and female for the creation of rich family life can bring back the dignity of life, like it can bring back the honor of the the family life. If they are living together, if they are working for their family, definitely they will make it more honorable and dignified in the society they are living. Many people think that family is a bad and unpleasant place. Not in our society. Again, I would say this is again about American society, where usually the kids at 13 they just leave their parents and go and start living either independently or either with their friends. So home was a sacred place which became a torture house. Home was always considered a sacred place, a very blessed place, but later on it was considered a torture house because of the bad behavior we just discussed of the drug addict parents, fathers, or the parents who are always fighting with each other, and wrong decisions of the elders here means parents. So due to the wrong decisions made by the parents, the children started considering their sacred house as a torture house where they can be only beaten and they can never get anything, or they can never fulfill their desire. So that's why they started leaving their houses. Then there is a question which is very important. Is this thesis of the essay, the importance of family, implied or stated? Implied or stated? The thesis of the essay is stated. It is not implied. And from the very first line, it is obvious. First line, I can read the first line. To understand how crucial the existence of strong family is to the civilization of free spirits. So this is the first line of your essay. It is obvious that the writer is writing about the importance of existence of strong family. It also shows very close connection with the title of the essay. The difference between an implied and stated thesis is that in a stated thesis, the statement actually appears in the introduction. The introduction means in the very first introductory paragraph, the statement appears which tells you what is the essay about. I can read again for you. To understand how crucial the existence of strong family is to the civilization of free spirits, you might meditate on the odd fact that the first of the targets of tyrants and utopians of the political right and left is always the family. So it must engage the reader, set the tone, provide background information, and present the thesis. An implied thesis statement, on the other hand, does not appear in the essay at all. So we can say this essay, The Importance of Family, is totally stated essay because its thesis is given in the introduction or in the introductory paragraph. What is a thesis? Thesis is a statement or theory on which we are discussing something, or this is the point of discussion. Then para number 4. Para number 4 starts with history. I can read it again first for you people. History of the world economics contain a parable that illuminates our present dilemma and offer a challenge to the men and women. Originally, economics meant the art of managing a household. Like, what is economics? Originally, it was considered how to manage your household, and it contained the idea of thrift. And the notion of thrift is careful management, especially of money, like how you are managing your house or your household by utilizing a little money. And voluntary simplicity later under the impact of industrial revolution, when people started working in the industries and they started migrating from villages and they started leaving the village life and the agriculture, and they started running towards industries to get or to earn more and more money. Economics came to mean the system of production, distribution and consumption of commodities. Commodities means how you are utilizing various goods, how you are buying them and how you are selling them. When factory, store, office and bank usurped the loyalties, usurped means to take something forcefully or illegally. The loyalties, the elegance, faithfulness of men, and replaced the home as a center of economic activity. Women who chose to give serious attention to home making were given the condescending, like they were also showing a different attitude now towards home or home economics. And the final transformation, the change, which is to say degradation of the dignity of home, is symbolized by recent change made at University of Iowa. What was once the College of Home Economics has now been renamed the College of Consumer Sciences. So this whole paragraph, what does it mean? The point of the fourth paragraph is that Industrial Revolution, I have just told you what is Industrial Revolution, has changed the meaning of economics and degraded the dignity of home or family life ultimately. Its contents elaborate the thesis that the Industrial Revolution usurped, it took illegally the loyalties of men and degraded the dignity of home. The art of managing a household was the meaning of economics in the priorly or in the previous world. But with the Industrial Revolution, it became the system of trade and loss and benefit, which made the women home economists, which further degraded the dignity of home and home economics. Like the women, they also started working outside. They also started looking for jobs. They also started looking for money. They did not care for their home or home economics. They were just worried about how to get more and more money. So that's why they degraded the dignity of their home. Then this is very important quote of Keene or Sam Keene. He says, this is page number 104. On 104, this is third paragraph of page number 104. We heal ourselves by learning to give our children what we did not receive. So let's read what he says in the paragraph. One of man's greatest resources for change is our wound and our longing for the missing father. We can heal ourselves by becoming the kind of fathers we wanted but did not have. Create out of the void. Void means space, out of the absence. Our best map for parenting is outlined like a photographic negative in the shadow side of our psyche. Get in touch with your disappointment, your rage, your anger, your grief, your sadness, your loneliness for the father, the intimate touching family you did not have, and you will find a blueprint for parenting. Become the father you longed for. We heal ourselves by learning to give to our children what we did not receive. So it's a beautiful, beautiful message or piece of advice here in the lines, we heal ourselves by learning to give to our children what we did not receive, what we did not receive. He means to say, like he is mentioning, those children who did not get the love of their parents, especially their fathers, and they were always deprived of so many things. So what they can do in return, they can give all those things which were not brought to them, which were not given to them, including the love of father. They should give it to their kids wholeheartedly in order to fulfill that space or void. What does he mean? He means this. So he means that we should give our children the comforts and care, luxuries of life, love and affection we did not receive from our fathers. There are so many broken families who never get the love of their sometimes fathers and sometimes their mothers as well. Then there are so many orphan children as well who never get the love of their fathers. So definitely this is a good piece of advice for them. If we think of our deprivation for the father and only have the imagination of him, so we should become a father we wish for. We can become a very good ideal father for our kids. In this way, we can heal ourselves, we can heal our wounds. Yes, I agree with the writer in this regard. And I hope you would also agree after going through the essay. So this is the summary of the essay. Family is essential to the civilization, but some politicians and thinkers want an organized society. For this purpose, they have separated children and parents to create an ideal commonwealth and give the responsibility to state-run institutions. Like because of these organizations or some of the politicians, children and parents, they are living away from each other, or they are living separately. Again, this is an example of American society. Family cherishes humanism and loyalty. Like these are the traits of family: humanism, kindness, and loyalty, faithfulness. Home is the place where we can do whatever pleases us. Family is natural school of love for us, and from here we spread love to others. Materialistic interest in personalizing ourselves destroys our freedom, loyalty, and family. Like if we are running after the materialistic pursuits, then we are going to destroy our family, because we are never going to give time to our family members. The art of managing a household was the meaning of economics, like how to manage your house within the limits, within your earning, within your money or pay you are getting. But with the Industrial Revolution, it became the system of trade and loss and benefit, which made the women home economists, which further degraded the dignity of home and home economists. It became the College of Home Economics and then College of Consumer Sciences by the University of Iowa. The cooperative work of both the sexes for the creation of rich family life can bring back the dignity of family. Many people think that family is a bad and unpleasant place. Home was a sacred place which became a torture house because of the bad behavior and wrong decisions of the elders. Elders here means parents. If we want to find a substitute for the family, then we should find a perfect replacement for the solace, because only family can survive and perish us. Dysfunctional families, broken families, do not envisage a grim future for the family. If we help each other for creating a good family, the things which we are deprived of, we can try to provide to our children. If someone is unmarried, he can adopt his friend's child, but if he does not do it, he will remain a boy, no matter what his age be. The person who does not have a family can become a part of any other family, like he can start living with any other family as a paying guest or as a friend. So this is the importance of family. It's a beautiful depiction of family. Caring for our family makes my life meaningful. Like my life becomes meaningful when I am taking care of my family. and it goes to all of us as well. We must take care of our family. This is a depiction of my siblings, like your sisters and brothers. We are always caring them. We are always looking after each other. So we can say at the end, we are nothing without our family. So we must live happily with our parents, with our grandparents, and with our siblings. We must be thankful to God who has provided us with such a beautiful family life. So we here end our lecture. Take very good care of your siblings, of your family members. Good day, goodbye, Allah Hafiz.